Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today we're going to kickstart our inventory series. There are going to be 4 videos in this series, and today we're going to talk about the makeup section. Just like last year, I'm going to show you all of the numbers, all of the pictures, and just like last year, it's not going to be perfect. The pictures might not be accurate with the numbers that I show. And that is basically because, one, I couldn't find everything. I know that, for example, I have a lip balm somewhere. I have no idea where it is, but I just haven't found it yet. It's not here. It's not in the picture. I also know that I put some things in the miscellaneous category, but now I know what they are. So they are amongst those things or those categories in reality. So some pictures might look like I have more than the numbers, and some are less, but the numbers should be correct, like in my inventory, if that makes any sense. But anyway, what's going to be a little bit different from last year is, one, I'm going to have a goal. And I've never had that because I get so many things through advent calendars and stuff, so I don't really know how much I get in. But I thought that if I make a goal, I can at least work towards that goal, and I can focus more on those categories, and I can enter the no buy project pan, which I really want to. So it's going to be the basis for that. And something else that is going to be a little bit different is that I'm going to show you last year's photos, and those will be kind of the basis for years to come, because at some point I want all of those things out, and I'm a pretty visual person. I like to see what I had then so that I know what is getting older and what I should work on and so on. So by the end of this video, I'm going to show you all of the pictures, and I have crossed out everything that I've used from last year's inventory. And next year, hopefully I will show you the same pictures, and we will have crossed out even more things that I have used up or decluttered. And at some point, I hope that all of these pictures will be gone. So let's get into this. It's been a really long intro. I have my bullet journal spread here with all of the numbers. So let's talk about primers first. Last year I had 19 primers. I received 4 during the year, and I have used up 5. So now I should have 18. My goal will be to have 6. I think 6 is a good number because you can use different kinds of primers. You can have a pore filling one, or like a glowing one, or, you know, all of that good stuff. Also, I have to say that some of these numbers have been really hard to set. Not only because I don't know how much I will be getting in, but also because my container can fit more or less depending on how big the items are, you know? So for example, for primers, I have a goodie box to put them in. I don't want the primers to not fit that goodie box. So as long as they fit in there, it's okay, but this is like more of a guideline of what I think I would be content with. And, you know, if I have a few more or a few less, it wouldn't be the end of the world, you know. But anyway, I have set a goal of 6 primers. Let's move on to foundations. In the beginning of the year, I had 14. I received 3 during the year, and I used up 5. So I should have 12 left. My goal is to have 8. I figure I will want maybe 2 stick foundations, 2 or 3 powder foundations, a few liquid ones. So, you know, that's why it's pretty high. And then we have concealers. I had 12 in the beginning of the year. 5 of them were in a palette that I decluttered, but I only decluttered 4 of the 5 shadows, and I actually used up 1 of those concealers in there. So in the beginning I had 12. I received 2, and I used up 2 and decluttered 4. So now we're down at 8 concealers. And my goal is to only have 3. When it comes to contour slash bronzers, I have divided these into singles, palettes, and the total number of products, like within those palettes plus those singles. So let's talk about the singles first. I had 12, I received 1, and I used up 2. So I have 11 now. Then we have palettes, and I only count the palettes with only bronzers in them. If there are 2 or more different kinds of product in there, it's a face palette in my book. So bronzer palettes, I had 4. I got 2. I didn't use anyone up, and I didn't declutter anyone. So I have 6. and my goal is to only have 2. For a total, I had 38 pans of bronzer slash contours. I received 11, I used up 3, and I didn't declutter anything. So I'm up to 46 total pans of contour slash bronzers. And my goal is to get that down to 20 pans. For blushes, I have divided those into the same kind of categories. So let's start with singles. So single blushes, I had 16, I received 8, and I didn't declutter or use any of them up. So now I have 24 single blushes. I would like to get down to 12. Palettes, I had 2 in the beginning of the year. I actually received 6. I didn't use up or declutter anything. So I have 8 palettes, and in those 8 palettes there were a lot of blushes. So oh, by the way, I want to go down to 3 blush palettes in the end. But the totals, yeah, it did go up pretty much. I had 41. I received 42 pans of blushes, and I used up 3. So I have 80 blushes. That's a lot. I would like to go down to 30. That is my goal for now. Then highlighters, same story. We are dividing those into those 3 categories. As for singles, I had 21. I received 6, and I used up 2. And so we have 25 single highlighters. I would like to only have 10. I don't even feel like I need to have a highlighter every day, so yeah, I definitely don't need this many. Highlighter palettes, I had 8, I received 1, I didn't use up 1 or declutter, so now I have 9, and I would like to get that down to 3 palettes. And for a total, last year I had 60 pans of highlighters, I received 11 pans, I used up 3 and decluttered 0, so now I have 68 pans of highlighters. I would like to get that down to 20. Now we come to brow products, and I have just put all of them together, so it doesn't matter if it's a gel or if it's a pen or pencil or whatever. I had 19, I received 7, I used up 3 and decluttered 2, so now I have 21 brow products. I would like to get that down to 12. Mascaras, I had 23. I received 4, I used up 4, and I decluttered 2. So I'm down to 21. That's nice. One thing I went down in, and that is something I will say, I have reduced the number of items that I have by 184, but most of those are in other categories, not really in the makeup section. It's more like body care, skincare, all of that. So makeup is kind of the only category, like big category, where I have gone up significantly in a lot of these categories. But I went down in mascaras, that's nice. And I would like to go down to 10 mascaras. Eyeliners, I had 35, I received 5 and used up 4, so now I have 36. I would like to get that down to 15. Eyeshadow bases, I had 7, I received 3 and used up 2, so now I have 8. I would like to only have 3. Those take a long time to use up, so I don't feel like I have to have more than 3. Eyeshadow, again, we have 3 different categories here. So let's start with singles. I had 33 last year. I received 4. I didn't use any up, but I did declutter 15 of them. So now I only have 22 single shadows. I would like to get down to 10. Palettes, I have gone up in this category significantly. I had 59. I received 26 and only used up 1. I didn't declutter any, so now I have 84 eyeshadow palettes. I would like to get down to 72. Why 72? Well, because there are 12 months in a year, and I can comfortably use 6 palettes every month and get good use out of all of them. So if I have 72 palettes, I should theoretically be able to go through all of those palettes and get pretty good use on all of them in a year. Then we have the totals in all of those palettes and singles together. Last year I had 979 pans of eyeshadows. I received 408 new eyeshadow pans and I only used up 3, and I decluttered 12. And maybe this seems a little strange since I decluttered 15 single shadows, but you do have to have in mind that this is pans of eyeshadows. So this does not include my eyeshadow sticks or cream shadows or anything like that, just pans of eyeshadow. So for a total, I now have 1,372 pans of eyeshadows, and I would like to get down to under 1,000. Will that ever happen? I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll see. Lashes I had 12 of in the beginning of the year, and by the end of the year I had decluttered everything and I eliminated that category fully. If I get eyelashes, I will count that as like dress up because it's not really makeup to me. It's more like fabric that you put on, you know. It's not color, it's not any of that. So I just felt like it's more like gemstones. Like I count those as stickers and I can use them for my face if I want to, but yeah, it just felt weird to have this as a category, especially since I did declutter everything, and if I want to try it again, I can, but you know, I don't think it should be counted against me then. So let's just eliminate that category fully. Now we have a few categories where I have lumped some things together. So we have lip balms, oils, primers, and masks together. And I used to have 41, I received 9, and I used up 6. So now we're up to 44. For this category, I would like to go down to 20. Lip gloss, glaze, and toppers, I had 59. I received 9. I used up 4 and I decluttered 1. So I'm up to 63. For lip glosses, I would like to go down to 30. Then we come to lip pencils and crayons. I used to have 14. I actually received 14, quite a lot. I only used up 1 and I didn't declutter any. So now I have 27 lip pencils / crayons. I would like to get down to 12. Then we have lipsticks and stains. I used to have 42. I received 23, but I think all of those 23 were in 2 lipstick palettes from P. Louise, so I don't actually think I got any singles or anything like that. But since I haven't actually divided this into, you know, singles and palettes and stuff, I just count those as 23 lipsticks. I did use 1 up and I decluttered 1. So in the end, we're up to 63 lipsticks and I would like to get down to 25. This is not my favorite category. I don't really feel like I need lipsticks. I could go with a lip pencil and a lip gloss, or just a lip gloss actually. So I don't really feel like I really need that many or any lipsticks actually, but I do enjoy them sometimes, so whatever. Fixing sprays / fixing powder or baking powder, you know, I had 20. I received 5 and I used up 4, so now I have 21. My goal is to get down to 10. Let's move on to powders. I used to have 12. I received 6 and I used up 2. So I'm up to 16 powders. I would like to get down to 10. For face palettes, I had 11. I received 2 and I actually used up a whole face palette. I'm very happy for that, but that means we are up by 1. So we have 12 face palette. I would like to get down to 7. Makeup removers, I had 15, I got 6, but I used up 10. So I'm actually down to 11. I would like to get down to 8 though. We're also going to talk about the nail section, like cuticle creams, nail polish, all of that. Let's start with the cuticle creams. I had 3 in the last inventory and I do have 3 now. I haven't touched them. So it's the same 3. I would like to only have 1 cuticle cream. Then we have base coats. I had 3. I received 1 and I used up 1. So I still have 3, but it's not the same 3. And my goal is to have 3 base coats. For nail polish, I used to have 33. I received 4 this year, mostly for a craft that I wanted to do, but you know, I still have them. So I have 4 new ones and I used up 2. So now I have 35 and my goal is to go down to 30. Top coats, I had 4. I used up 1, so now I have 3. Nail polish removers, I used to have 4. I decluttered 1, so now I only have 3. My goal is to only have 2. And as for the nail glue, I only have 1, and it's the same one that I had last year. And that was it for the makeup inventory. So I have gone up in almost all of these categories. Let's see where I went down. So I have gone down in primers, foundations, concealers, contour singles. I also went down in, of course, lashes. And was that it? Maybe mascaras, I think. But yeah, those are the categories that I actually went down in. Everything else I went up in, and I'm okay with that. My goal for this year was to reduce my inventory numbers, but not specifically in one category. That was like an overall number. And I knew in the beginning of the year that I was really getting into makeup more and more, and I realized that I want more makeup instead of more skincare, because skincare I don't mix and match like I do makeup. Makeup I can actually use all of my collection, well, you know, to a certain degree. I can choose whatever I want and I can mix and match. I can't do that with serums, you know. I don't want that many open, so I don't really need that many. But for makeup, I just felt like if I'm going to grow, this is where I want to grow. And the other things, I think they go bad quicker. And I only use a couple of them at the same time, so I don't feel like I need as many. So that was part 1 of 4 inventory videos. How did you do with your makeup inventory? Have you gone up, gone down? Are you satisfied? Because even if you have gone up, you can still be happy with your collection, right? Right? You know, this is a hobby. We do this because it's fun, right? So I'm very happy with where I'm at. I would like to go down in some numbers, but that is not my focus. My focus is, you know, this is my hobby. I want to use what I have. As long as I'm using the things and, you know, enjoying them, then I can have them. It's okay. As long as I have space for it. And now I feel like the space is getting, you know, I have less space now. Well, I don't have less space. I have more things, or I don't even have more things. That's the thing. I feel like I have more things than last year, but maybe it's just because I got so much at the same time this year, or because all of the P. Louise things are so big. So I did end up having to find a new place for some palettes and stuff. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and that I'll see you in the next one. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I hope you'll have a fantastic evening. Bye!